What's going on, world? It was a long day for me. I received a call from a defense attorney here in Atlanta, and she needed help. She was representing a client who was arrested, and his wife called her. They hired her because they went to IHOP last weekend, and they went in for the sole purpose of purchasing omelets. And when they went in, they didn't have a great experience with the manager and the waitresses there. So they asked for their names and also wanted the corporate number because they wanted to complain about the service. Well, sometime during that dialogue, one of the employees called police and said that the gentleman was threatening to kill them, which has been refuted by witnesses and also isn't seen in the cell phone video. But what is seen in the cell phone video is her client being beat up by police. He was punched several times in the face, had a tooth knocked out of his mouth. I visited the gentleman in jail today. Eyes are still bloodshot red, faces, still somewhat, I guess you could say, a little swollen. And this is, again, 72 hours after this altercation that first occurred. And so I came in to really help them to not only clear up the facts and put the truth out, but regain control of their narrative, which there's a lot of misinformation and defamation going on. But here's a sneak peek.
We are here today because for the past 72 hours, the Marietta Police Department, the media have discussed this case. The case has gone viral. The video, we've all seen it at this point. And what has been said about Mr. Lewis is false. So I want to clear something up right now. You guys may have heard Marietta Police has said that this case is about bacon. This case has nothing to do with bacon. And honestly, that insinuation to reduce what happened, the assault, the attack on my client to bacon is inflammatory, it's discriminatory, and it's offensive. Most importantly, it's false.
Okay, well, don't holler at me like that.
You go talk to her.
Okay, well, I'm gonna talk to her, but you're not gonna holler at me like that.
Now.
Okay, but you're not gonna holler at me like that.
Okay, well, we're
I'm a man just like you a man.
Wait, so you need to wait.
You yell at me, I'm gonna yell back.
He's uncooperating with me. I'm not done yet.
But you disrespected him. But no, wait a minute, but you disrespected
No, I did
him.
not.
Yes, you
He
did.
would not
Yes,
stop
you did. You
talking.
just hollered at him.
Stop talking.
You just hollered at him.
I did holler.
Okay,
because
that's why.
I'm in the middle of it. I'm not
You
done talking.
screamed at him.
Why do you gotta
Because
talk?
why did you scream at him like that?
Will you let me finish so you can
You
hear the whole?
scream at him
Will you let me
like that?
finish so you can
Did
hear the
you
whole
scream at him like
conversation?
that?
He's still hollering though.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Why? Ain't nobody do nothing.
Why y'all doing that?
Ain't nobody do nothing.
He didn't do anything.
Hold on.
Nardo, just let them do what they gonna do. Nardo! Let them do what they gonna do!
I'm not resisting. Why you doing all that?
Nardo! Can I
Why you
please
doing
talk
all
to
that,
him
man?
and tell him
I'm not even
I'm just
resisting.
trying to calm him down.
Look,
I'm just trying to calm him down. Nardo! Please! Please, can you just go tell him to stop? Nardo!
So wrong. That is so wrong. That is so wrong. That is so wrong.
Please stop!
Please stop. They didn't do anything. They were just here eating.
Please, I'm trying to help y'all out. Please, force like that. Don't you take
Sit down, man.
You about to sit down. He about to sit down.
I'm finna sit down, man.
Don't do it. He's about to sit down.
Stop it! You gave me my taser!
Nardo, don't use please like that.
They're gonna act like they're gonna shoot them for eating pancakes at the IHOP.
Right now!
Are y'all gonna shoot them? Are y'all gonna shoot them for eating pancakes at the IHOP? Y'all gonna shoot them?
Please put a handcuff on him. Put a handcuff on, sir. Please.
Why you shaking me?
Back up!
I ain't doing that.
Nardo! Nardo!
almost immediately they assume, apparently they were there because somebody said that he had made threats. I haven't heard from anybody who has said he has made any threats other than the police. Nonetheless, they don't pat him down, even though they were allegedly scared. Apparently he had made gestures to a gun. They're there for about 3 minutes.
I thought they was gonna kill him.
Sorry.
I thought they were gonna kill him. I thought my husband was gonna be dead. I did. I thought my husband was gonna get shot. And I didn't know what to do. That's what was going through my head.
This is LaBreeze Lewis. She's half of the couple that were in the IHOP in Marietta, Georgia. Maybe you've seen the video, the husband being beaten by a Marietta police officer. Now, did all of this start about some bacon?
We had nothing to do with bacon.
So that's not you?
That's not. It was some previous customers inside the restaurant, which we found out that they had issues with bacon, but they had been sitting in there before we even arrived.
Now, her husband, Renardo Lewis, is in the jail right now. So they say he made terroristic threats in that IHOP.
Never.
Okay.
Never.
How did your husband end up in jail?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay, everybody, we're going to talk to LaBreeze. We're going to talk to the family's attorney. You see his children behind us, right? Those are his children. Son looks just like his dad, Renardo Jr. That's coming up in the news, everybody. I'm Maria Boynton. Get in there.
And LaBreeze, how are you?
As well as be expected.
I watched this video Saturday, I guess it was early Sunday morning, and it was appalling because what I saw was a conversation about customer service.
Yes.
That's the way it started. Watching it. And I'll be honest with you, it went on for a while.
Once I came around the corner, I seen my husband was upset. We was about to leave out. And I'm like, what's wrong? He was like, I asked for an omelet, and he tells me we don't have bacon. He's like, I'm not asking you for bacon. I'm still trying to figure out where bacon came from. And I said, well, hold on, because the man butted into our conversation and started going back and forth. And I said, sir, let me get your customer service information and your name and your waitress's name, because they were walking by laughing and, at us and was saying, well, y'all this and that it is. So I said, well, let me get y'all names, and no one wanted to give me a name or number. So I could have Googled the number, but I needed a name so that I can call and complain. So in the midst of me trying to get a name, the police walked in. The police walked in and automatically went to the guy, the waiter. And when the waiter was talking to him, he said something that my husband was like, that's not what happened. And the police immediately struck at my husband, hollering and screaming, and told him, show some respect. And my husband said, I'm a man too. You show me respect. I'm just trying to tell you that wasn't true.
She requested, hey, can we have your names, your numbers? We want to get in touch with corporate. And at that point, police are called. Every witness I have interviewed and spoken with to this point has said police walked in to that IHOP yelling, screaming, hollering, and really zeroed in on Mr. Lewis. And apparently there was some allegation, at least by somebody at the IHOP, that my client made threats to somebody's life. I haven't heard anybody say that. In fact, the witness who was there and videoed this entire thing saw it all happen, and she said she never heard my client do anything threatening, even appearing to be menacing. And nonetheless, he slammed against a wall, thrown to the ground, tased, punched, beaten. They knocked his tooth out. 5 to 6 law enforcement officers took down a 5'11", 210-pound man, beat him, punched, kicked, and like I said, this morning when I saw him, his tooth was missing. Think about how much force that involves to remove a grown man's tooth. His eyes are still bloodshot, so that's what we're dealing with here.
So when it comes to high-profile cases like this, you don't have a lot of time to react. From the start, I was 72 hours behind the 8 ball in terms of when police released a statement, when they released their information, and a lot of it, we were having to work hard. We were having to not only continue to investigate the case, but to bring the witnesses forward whom the investigations team were able to track down. And so all in all, the attorney did great work. She told me I did great work with the PR, but at the end of the day, these are who we're working for. You know, we're working for their clients. We're working to make sure that their story is told and that they maintain control of their narrative. And so, you know, my whole thing, you can fight harder with Carter. Harder, smarter, Carter. I'm Dante Carter. You can catch me on all the platforms. I'm out. Peace.